Today, we're going to work on learning how to write a well-structured thesis statement. A thesis is made up of two basic parts. First of all, it clearly states the claim or purpose for the entire essay. This requires you to take a position on a topic or issue. Secondly, it gives a summary of the reasons for that claim. Think of a thesis statement as a seesaw. A well-structured thesis will balance both your topic and the reasons why you're addressing that topic. While there are many accepted ways of writing an effective thesis statement, for the purposes of this class, we will stick with the standard structural expectations. In most cases, the best thesis statements are written in one sentence. That is usually located at the end of the introductory paragraph of an essay. It's important to remember that thesis statements should not ask questions. Instead, a thesis should take a stand on an issue or topic. In other words, if your thesis statement is something that another person could say that they agree or disagree with, then you're probably on the right track. Sometimes you may end up creating an argument about something you've read for the topic of your essay. In these cases, you need to include the title and author of the work. Always give credit to things that you use if you did not create them yourself. So let's review. A thesis statement is usually one sentence. It is a statement and not a question. It identifies the subject or the topic of the paper, and it takes a stand rather than simply announcing a subject. Okay, now let's take a look at how writing a thesis works with a sample prompt. This sample prompt is, how can someone have a meaningful career that also allows a person to achieve success? Don't forget that if you're given a writing prompt, your thesis statement should give an answer to the question or issue that is raised in the prompt. You always need to ask yourself if your thesis answers the prompt. In this sample prompt, it is asking, how can someone have a meaningful career that also allows a person to achieve success? If the thesis has been written correctly, there should be clear correlations between it and the prompt. Let's check. How can a person have a meaningful career? By doing something that they are passionate about. Why will that help them achieve success? Because being passionate about something causes that person to become an innovator. An innovator is an inventor or a creator. And being an innovator will open up greater career opportunities. So you can see this thesis clearly answers the prompt. Remember the seesaw analogy that I gave earlier? An effective thesis statement should balance the statement that the author is making with the reasons why. In this case, the what is the best way for someone to have a meaningful career is to do something that they are passionate about. And then the why has two parts. First, because it will cause the person to become an innovator in that career field. And secondly, it will lead them to greater career opportunities. Since the thesis statement establishes a position on a topic and has reasons for that position, the thesis is effectively balanced. Sometimes having to write a thesis can give a person writer's block. When this happens, it's okay to stick with a simple formula or sentence stem. You can always modify what you've written later if you want to. This formula or sentence stem connects the topic to the reasons with the word because. This helps keep the thesis to the one sentence rule. Say that the prompt you are given asks you to write about why many companies require their employees to wear uniforms. First of all, you need to establish a statement that answers the prompt. In this example, the purpose of uniforms is that they are valuable assets for a business. This statement is balanced by a list of 3 reasons. 1. They're functional clothing for safety. 2. Uniforms help create a team spirit. And 3. Uniforms can represent the quality of a company's brand. So, in summary, it's important to keep in mind that there is more than one correct way to write a thesis statement. You are not required to use the formulaic pattern shown already. It's also important that the thesis statement establish a stance or perspective on a question or issue. And also remember that the best thesis statements balance their stance or perspective with a list of reasons. These reasons don't have to have a lot of details in them. They should be simple summaries of the ideas. You can elaborate on the specifics for those reasons later in your writing. Now it's your turn to put thesis writing into practice.